Next is the measurement of suspended solid. So suspended solid can be measured through total solid test, suspended solid test, dissolved solid test, and also in organic content. Okay, so total solid test where the mass remain after evaporation, being dry and weigh. Okay, so kita timbang dulu residue, that is dry mass of solid basis. And suspended solid test can be done by filtering the water, drying the residue and filter to a constant weight at 104 degrees C. And lastly, determine the mass of the residue retained on the filter paper. Okay, so kita filter dulu water tu, and then yang remain on the filter paper will be dry at constant weight at 104 degrees C. Okay, number 3 is dissolved solid test. This is just the difference between total solid and suspended solid. Lastly, organic content can be found by firing the residue at 100 degrees C for 1 hour. That is the measuring test for suspended solid. Next is still under suspended solid. So the terms filterable residue and non-filterable residue. So these terms basically used in lab analysis to represent suspended solid and dissolved solid. So when we have filter paper, okay, kita filterkan water tu, so yang boleh pass through the filter paper is the filterable residue, and yang tak boleh pass through filter paper is the filterable residue. Okay, so meaning to say filterable residue is dissolved solid sebab dia pass through, okay, the filter paper, where the other one, non-filterable residue, is suspended solid. Okay, yang tak lepas filter paper tu, yang remain on the filter paper is suspended solid ataupun non-filterable residue. Okay, so the suspended solid is important parameter for a wastewater because by knowing suspended solid how much, so kita boleh tentukan proses apa yang kita nak guna untuk treat the wastewater. Okay, number 2 is the turbidity. So turbidity is the measure of the light transmitting properties. So turbidity can be measured by extent to which the light is either absorbed ataupun scattered. So kalau kita pancarkan light, if the water high turbidity, so less light akan appear on the other side. Okay, so maksudnya bacaan dia rendah. But if the water is clear, so more light can be penetrate. Okay, so turbidity is not a direct quantitative measurement of suspended solid. So sources of turbidity may be results from the erosion of colloidal material, from vegetable, fiber and microorganism, from household and industrial wastewater, and also sources of turbidity coming from soaps, detergent and also emulsifying agents. So impact of turbidity, of course the first one is aesthetically displeasing, provide adsorption site for chemical and biological organism, difficult for disinfection because solid may partially shield the organism from disinfectant, and also may impart a brown or other color for water, may interfere with the light penetration for photosynthetic reaction in the streams and lakes. Okay, this is for example because lake and stream of course akan ada flora inside. So when the light from sunlight cannot penetrate, so tak akan berlaku photosynthesis. And lastly, may cause sediment deposits that can affect flora and fauna of the stream. So turbidity measurement, again from photometrically tadi, by using light. Okay, so the unit for turbidity is NTU. Okay, yang ni you tukar, this is not turbidity, this is color. So color, pure water is colorless, but water in nature is often colored by foreign substances. So sources of color yellowish to brown. So basically kalau color dia about yellow to brown, so the water is maybe contact with organic debris such as leaves, weeds, or would pick up tannins, humic acid, and humates. So kalau the wastewater color dia reddish, kemerahan macam tu, maybe caused by iron oxide. This is macam karat. Okay, kalau berkarat, so color dia about reddish. And if the wastewater color brown to black, this is because of the manganese oxide. And kalau industrial wastewater coming from textile and dyeing operations, so kalau hari tu dia buat baju warna biru, biru lah color wastewater tu. And also coming from the food processing and also chemical production. So impact of color, the first one is unsuitable for laundering. Contohnya kalau air tu warna biru, tiba-tiba awak nak basuh baju warna putih, so not suitable. And not suitable for dyeing, paper making, and also dairy production. Tiba-tiba susu warna biru, tak sesuai lah. And that impact dia akan affect the market of domestic and industrial company and organic compound as well as the carcinogens. So measurement of color can be done by comparison with standardized colored materials. So the unit for color is TCU. Okay. Number 4 is taste and odor. So the sources may comes from substances such as mineral, metals, and salts from the soil and product. Okay. And also from inorganic substances, alkaline material, and also organic material, which is contribute to both taste and odor. So this is impact for taste and odor. Okay, aesthetically displeasing, and the direct measurement materials that produce taste and odor can be made if the causative agents are known. Okay, so this is a taste and odor quantitative test. Unit dia TON. Okay, so nanti kita akan tengok contoh calculation for TON. Okay, so there are certain number that is recommended by Public Health Service. Number 5 is temperature. Okay, this is still under physical characteristic of wastewater. Okay, temperature. Number 5 is temperature. This is a very important parameter that its effect on chemical reactions and reaction rates, aquatic life, solubility of gases, and the suitability of water for beneficial uses. So temperature changes may be coming from the ambient temperature, discharge from industry, and also removal of forest canopies. So impact of changes in temperature. At lower temperature, the rate of biological activity is slower. Okay? And if the temperature is increased, biological activity increases. So impact dia also accelerated growth of algae, and natural secretion of oil can result in taste and odor problem, okay, because of the temperature. And also fish also affected by temperature. And also solubility of gases, okay, will be decreases at elevated temperature. That is impact of temperature. Okay, so next parameters is chemical. Okay, so chemical characteristic can be divided into inorganic, which is the nutrients, pH, alkalinity, chloride, sulfate, metal, and also gases. Okay, and the other one is organic. Okay, so called organic composed of these three main components. Okay, can be measured by BOD, COD, and also TOC. So kalau nak buat individual organic compound also can be done by GC and also HPLC. So these are the measuring tests. For organic, it can be either protein, carbohydrates, oil and grease, surfactant, VOC, disinfection byproduct, and also pesticides. Okay. The next is total dissolved solid. Okay, this is under chemical parameters. Total dissolved solid is the materials remaining in water after suspended solid removal. Okay, so the source coming from dissolved material organic sources, and also inorganic sources. So these are the impact of total dissolved solid. Okay, may produce aesthetically displeasing and also akan berlaku toxic and carcinogenic. So the measurement of total dissolved solid, TDS, can be made by evaporating to dryness a sample macam tadi juga. Okay. So these are the sources, okay, and the impact. Okay. Okay, for alkalinity. Okay. Alkalinity is defined as the quantity of ions in water that will react to neutralize hydrogen ions. Okay. The meaning, the sources, impact, and measurement of alkalinity. And also under chemical parameter, we have hardness. Okay, hardness is actually the concentration of multivalent metallic cation in the solution. So the sources, basically calcium and magnesium. Okay, these are the impact of having high hardness. Okay, because the soap consumption by hard water is an economic loss to the water user. Okay, hardness ni is the measurement of calcium and magnesium. Okay. Okay, this is the measurement of hardness. Okay, to determine the quantity of calcium and magnesium ions can be done by spectrophotometric techniques. Okay, so the use of knowing hardness is for drinking water and domestic uses. So we need to know the concentration of calcium and magnesium in order to use the water as drinking water. And next is fluoride, metals. Okay, this one you can read. Okay, the sources, non-toxic metals, toxic metals. Okay, by if the water containing these components, so this is toxic metals. Okay. And organic metal can be categorized into biodegradable and non-biodegradable. Okay, this is biodegradable organics. Consists of organic that can be utilized for food by naturally occurring microorganism. Okay. Okay, this one will be done in the tutorial. Okay.